This tutorial will show you how to create a simple vignette effect. To start with, you want to look at the layer that you're wanting the vignette to be added to. If it is currently a layer that has the word background and it's in italics font, then you need to release that layer, which means you need to simply double click on the layer and it will come up and ask you for the layer name. You can either type in a new name or just leave the default of layer 0 and click on OK. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to come over to your tool palette and you're going to go to the custom shape tool and you're going to create whatever kind of a shape you want the vignette to be. So you could use a rectangle or a rounded rectangle or an ellipse to make an oval. I'm going to do a simple ellipse on this one. Then you're going to come over into your document and you're going to click and drag out, doesn't matter what font or what foreground color you use. You're going to click and drag to create the shape. It's going to temporarily cover up your object, but what you're wanting to do is decide where you want the fading of the edge to start being. You can also temporarily change the opacity down on that layer so you can see through, and then you can also use Control or Command T on that layer to free transform and adjust the size, shape, and position of that particular object. When you have done, when you're done using free transform, make sure and click on your commit button, usually the little green check mark where you can just press Control or Command Enter. And then you also want to make sure that you change the opacity of that layer back up to 100%. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take that layer and you're going to drag it in the layers palette down below your photograph layer. So you will not be able to see that temporarily. And then you want to make sure that you now have that layer selected to do what's called a clipping. Okay, so you're going to come up here with your mouse between these two layers. You're going to hold down your Alt or Option key on the keyboard and you're going to click in between those two layers. And what this will do is cause the photograph to be clipped to the shape that you now put underneath that. The final step that we need to do is simply select the shape layer. You're going to come up to the filter menu and you're going to come down and choose blur. You're going to choose Gaussian blur. It will probably tell you that the shape needs to be rasterized before proceeding. Go ahead and click on OK. And then in this little window, what you're doing is you're causing the edge to be blurred, and because the edge is going to be blurred there, then that's going to cause your photo to be blurry as well. So you can play with the mount. As long as preview's turned on, you'll be able to see the cause and effect of what you're doing. Usually the higher the resolution, the more pixels you want to use to blur the edge of that effect. And then when you like what you see, you simply click on OK, and then you're essentially done. Now in this case, just so you can see the effect fully, I'm going to add another layer below this and I'm going to fill that with white so that you can see the blurry edge a little bit better.